guys, welcome back. Guess what we're doing today? Something we haven't done in a really long time. We're doing an anti-haul. I haven't done an anti-haul in a really long time on my channel because, to be honest, I've just really been buying damn near everything. Like, if I see it and it's launching and I'm even marginally interested in it, I'm like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just try it. Let's just do it. And I'm kind of like in the mood to be surprised lately. I've been really just buying things that I wasn't sure if I was gonna like, and some of them I didn't. But some of them I have been really pleasantly surprised by. Hello, Elf. So as kind of a palate cleanser on my channel, if you're just kind of sick of me telling you to buy things, today we're going to be talking about things I will not be spending my money on, and I have to pay homage to all of those before me who have pioneered the art of the anti-haul, Kimberly Clark being probably one of the more known ones, and so I did not originate this format. I will also warn you, there will be opinions in this video. You may agree with them, you may disagree with them. That's totally fine. Let's not let it be a reflection on our own personal character. I trust you guys to be very reasonable, and you always are, and you guys actually usually love these kinds of videos, so let's go ahead and jump in. So the first viral product that I will not be buying with my coint is the Norvina palette. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. A lot of them being totally awesome, and I am very impressed with a lot of them, not the least of which being ABH palettes. But I have an ABH palette downstairs, the Modern Romance palette, that because of all of these eyeshadow palettes, I really don't even get to use. And then I have one that's literally sitting over here in the packaging that I haven't even gotten to touch yet, and it is the, I believe, re-release, because the first release wasn't awesome, but the re-release of the Subculture palette, which I always wanted to own, but it just got horrible reviews because of the formulations, and so I didn't buy it. The Norvina palette doesn't do anything for me, and here's why. One, the main thing it hinges on is purple. That seems to be her thing. I'm gonna confess, I don't know who Norvina is. That's fine with me. You know, I go on her social media, I'm like, who is this? It's kind of like on Resi. I was like, I don't know who you are. But they've got millions of followers, someone knows who they are, someone cares, I just don't. So I see her palette and it really hinges on purples. I don't look good in purple. Like, it's my least favorite color to wear from a clothing standpoint. It's my least favorite color to put on my skin. People like Tati, it's her favorite color. She loves her some purple, and I think it looks amazing on her with her complexion, her light eyes, her dark hair, her tan skin. I don't have any of those things. And so you put purple on me and it just doesn't look very pretty. And so it just doesn't really interest me. Plus, the shades in that palette from the reviews that I have watched, I'm not totally sure 100% of them can be found in other palettes. I think there probably are some original, like, exclusive shades that are in that palette just that Norvina invented, but the majority of them can be found in other palettes. And they also, there's just the tea about how ABH palettes are so dusty. Oh my gosh. Guys, dead horse. The tea on ABH is that she's dusty, like, that's fine. I use their palettes, I think that they're beautiful. It's fine. But yeah, I will not be spending my money on the Norvina palette. It just doesn't interest me. Another palette that doesn't interest me, and actually I opened this up on your subscription feed, and I was just kind of curious because I have gotten a lot of new subscribers lately, and there are the outspoken ones of you, and then there are other people who would probably just rather vote anonymously on something. So anyway, I asked if you guys were interested in a couple of different palettes, one of them being Manny MUA's Life's a Drag palette, and the other being Jeffree Star's Thirsty palette. And the majority of you guys said, I do not care about either one of those palettes. And I was like, thank God you guys read my mind, because I just didn't want to spend my money on those things. There are lots of feelings, lots of opinions about different creators out there. I personally think that you can be a creator in the space without being a drama maker. Like, I just don't think that it is absolutely necessary in being a person with multiple millions of followers that you then have to be enveloped in the drama. And someone like Jeffree Star just stirs the shit. It's his favorite thing to do in his spare time. And I have been watching, and I don't even mean watching his channel, I've been knowing peripherally Jeffree Star on MySpace for the last 15 years. You know, I have mutual friends with him. We ran in the same kinds of crowds on the internet. I've known who he was since he was being a racist idiot back in the day, making terrible videos on MySpace, and you know, I forgive him. It's fine. I don't care. Like, that's the thing, is I don't really care. about Jeffree Star. I watch his videos. I don't think he's very entertaining. I think he's awkward on camera, and I think that he's kind of a bitch. And so, I don't want to give him my money. I have one liquid lipstick from him. I think that it's really pretty. I bought it years and years ago. The formula's gorgeous. I don't doubt that his products perform. I just don't really like him, and I don't want to give him my money. I'll watch his videos occasionally. He just gets on my nerves, and I just think that he's not really a grown-up. And I actually feel really bad for Manny, MUA. Like, have you guys heard the tea about the Life's a Drag palette? Apparently, the payment system wasn't working on launch day, so they found out that the best way for them to route people to be able to pay so that their cards didn't get kind of artificially declined was for them to pay through PayPal. And then like a couple weeks later, PayPal, because Manny never signed up officially as a seller through them, they just started, without getting his permission at all, giving people their money back. And then, I don't know, I haven't watched all of the tea videos, but I'm pretty sure then they asked people to give the refunded money back to them. I don't know. It's just a lot, and I just wasn't really interested in this palette kind of to begin with. Again, not because I don't think that it would perform. I was subscribed to him for a while. I might still be subscribed to him. I don't know. He shows up on my home page anyway all the time, regardless of whether I am subscribed to him, because I watch so many channels that are peripheral to him. But while I stand behind his whole "if you don't like me, don't fucking watch me" kind of thing, like, don't watch me if you don't like me, like, don't get on here just to complain. I also think that he could be a little bit more of a grown-up. Like, he just kind of has this, like, childish, curses a lot, he's just not my taste, and so I don't really want to give him my money either, and I don't think the palette's really, like, that great. It doesn't really do that much for me, so I was really glad that you guys were like, no, we don't care, because I don't care either. Another place I will not be spending my money is on anything by Kat Von D. I've never owned anything from Kat Von D. Actually, that's not true. I think that I owned one of her concealers, and it was too dark for me, so I gave it to my sister. But I'm not a liquid lip person. I'm not a liquid cat eye kind of person. I'm not really a full coverage kind of person on most days, and so her makeup line has never really appealed to me, even though, of course, it is very cruelty-free and very conscious. But she's embroiled in scandal right now, and it is because, and I learned this again on Snitchery's channel. If you guys don't watch Snitchery, she's one of the most, like, awesome little, like, 21-year-olds I've ever seen. She's hilarious, and she's just one of those people you just can't stop looking at. I don't know. Her face is insane. It's just mind-blowing. I don't understand it. But anyway, she was talking about it. She was like, yeah, Kat Von D basically came out as an anti-vaxxer. And I did do some reading. This did actually happen. This isn't just speculation and tea. There are tons of articles out there. She really did come clean about this, like, it's how she feels. And do with that what you will from your own kind of ethical standpoint. I'm not gonna sit here and litigate vaccines and Jenny McCarthy and all that. My main thing is coming out as an anti-vaxxer in the public space is kind of the equivalent of coming out as like a flat earther. I'm batshit crazy. If you feel that way, you just don't talk about it. Like, don't talk about that. I don't know what she expected to happen. That is like one of the most like alienating, pariah-making opinions to have. It's just like, she never got any of my money anyway, but I really have extra reasons that she's not gonna get my money now. Okay, another thing I will not be spending my money on is this whole Chrissy Teigen Becca collection. Love me some Chrissy Teigen. If you need somebody humorous to follow on Twitter, follow Chrissy Teigen. And then while you're at it, follow Matt Belisai. Just people you should follow on Twitter. They're right in their element. But anyway, the thing about Chrissy Teigen is, if I bought everything in that collection and I spread it all over my body, I'm not gonna look like Chrissy Teigen, okay? I think they're trying to sell her gorgeous, perfectly golden mocha skin, and a girl like me buying that, I'm going to be very disappointed. It's like when my mom used to look at a Victoria's Secret catalog when we were kids at all the swimsuits, and I'm like, that one's cute, that one's cute. My mom's like, yeah, but do I get the body with it? That's how I feel about the Chrissy Teigen Becca collection, is I'm just kind of like, do I get her gorgeous skin tone with it? No? Okay, I'm not gonna spend my money on that, you know? I just feel like if you already have that skin tone, God bless you, pretty much any highlighter will work for you. And if you look like me, that collection's not gonna help you look like Chrissy Teigen, so you don't get my money today, Becca. Another thing that I'm not going to be buying, spending my money on otherwise, these eye lacquers, okay? There was one that got put out by Flesh when I was shopping for all the Flesh stuff for that video that I made, and there's one, a new one by Surratt. There are a bunch of them out there, and they're this very runway gloss that is supposed to be very editorial, and I'm glad that it exists. I'm glad that it exists. It needs to exist. There are a lot of people who are trying to achieve some really cool looks, and honestly, early in my life, like my generation, we didn't have access to cool stuff. Like if you go watch the Drew Barrymore Tati video where they get ready together, she's talking about when she was launching her makeup line. She's like, you know, you launched something at the drugstore, and if you put crazy colors in it, it just won't sell. Like that was the issue when she first started her line. And she's like, I'm so happy that we've come so far in being really adventurous with the way that we want to do our makeup, and we're being more confident about it because there is a lot of education out there, like YouTube. There's just resources for you to go and see how to use these things with more confidence. And as a result, we've grown into kind of a generation where those kinds of things can be sold at the drugstore. People aren't just looking for a neutrals, mattes, and satins palette. I don't think by any means that face lacquers shouldn't exist. I think that they're very cool, but from a practical standpoint, which honestly, you guys, you have to admit, that's what this channel is. We are very practical, right? So not only does an eye lacquer or a cheek lacquer or something not really appeal to my personal brand or my channel's brand, it's not a very functional product. Like you put it on and it looks great for a photo. Obviously, that's what it's kind of for. But other than that, it kind of moves your makeup around and it doesn't withstand any kind of conditions, wet, dry, hot, cold, what have you. And then God help you, you gotta blink. And when you blink, your mascara's in it, your eyeshadow's in it, it just starts to totally deteriorate. Honestly, if you're that kind of girl or guy who can just like pull off that kind of thing on a night out, God bless you. You do you. My God, I mean, do it. The world needs more of you, but I'm just not one of those people. It's just not my thing. I'm not gonna put lacquer on my eyes. Another thing I won't be spending my money on, you guys, are these milk sticks. They are bronzers, they are blushes, they are highlighters, and I get it. They're trying to be so innovative. They're like, oh, we're not like other makeup companies. Our stuff comes in a stick. I tried their concealer and their foundation and I was so unimpressed. I returned it before I even reviewed it. It was a mess. It didn't dry down. You guys know that's my main complaint about any foundation product, is if I can't get it to dry down and it just feels like it's moving around on my face all day. How does that work for anyone? But anyway, I hated that. And then the whole thing to me is you get a stick of something and then you gotta rub it on your face and then it moves your makeup around. I'm not from outer space here, guys. Like, this is just a very normal concept. Just practically speaking, in order to make enough friction to get product off of a stick, you have to rub it on your face. I wear more makeup than that usually, and if I were to rub my finger on it and tap it on my skin, what's the point? What's the point of a stick delivery system at that point? I think it's a gimmick. That's all. And I think that Milk is the kind of millennial focused makeup brand of just being different for different sake. And what they're doing in so many ways is, to me, trying to be kind of like a high-end Glossier. Glossier is a very affordable line. It's not e.l.f. affordable, a few things are, but it's a very affordable line. My doggo, he's had an idea. But e.l.f. is not an inexpensive makeup line, and their stuff performs kind of like a cut-rate Glossier. I feel like the ingenuity's not there to really back out of the price, whereas Glossier, you're getting so much more for your money, especially with the new products that they've been rolling out lately. I feel like they've just been like updating everything. Anything people had complaints about, they're fixing it. They're really going in and doing like a brand new like refresh on all of their stuff. And Milk, to me, just doesn't hit the marks, and it is very much that product line that's mainly made for people who already have perfect skin. Because yeah, they make a makeup, but most of their other stuff won't go with it. You try and, use any of those things on top of a foundation, it's not gonna work. And so I feel like most of that stuff is kind of made for models, which doesn't work for me. I'm not gonna get on my channel and be like, okay guys, done, like, that doesn't do anything for anybody. So unless you guys have a really great argument for one of those products, let me know, but it just doesn't really do anything for me. And finally, things I won't be spending my money on. Any of these Morphe vaults and the Jaclyn Hill collections. Ugh, talk about drama. You guys, I don't want to give my money to Morphe for a lot of reasons. I had a really fantastic viewer who left a comment when I did that big Morphe fail video, and she said you should watch this one creator, Stephanie something, I can't remember, but I went and watched her. She does really well-researched videos about makeup. I think she's been on the manufacturing end of cosmetics for a really long time, like as her job. And so she knows exactly what she's talking about. She does a whole, completely unbiased, informational video about private labeling and how Morphe basically is the same thing as a crown palette, and a lot of these other lines that are very inexpensive are just basically private labeled versions of these crown palettes. So anyway, I have never really been impressed by a Morphe eyeshadow palette. I own two, and I might own more than that. I don't know. I threw a lot of it out after that fail video because it just served no purpose to me. I threw out the bronzer, I threw out the blush, I threw out the highlighter. It just really didn't do anything for me. The product performance is so overblown because people are making money off of it. One of you guys asked, when I said that in the Morphe video, you asked, Kaki, you have affiliate codes. Are affiliate codes bad? Affiliate codes are awesome. Affiliate codes are great because you get to partner with a brand and give an exclusive discount to your viewers on products that you already love. Like, that is the fundamental basis of why I make content, is to be able to say, hey guys, thank you for watching my videos. Thank you for making my life possible. And here is a bump for you to be able to try the things that I genuinely love. There are really only a few ways, actually, of making money on YouTube videos. There is just your ads, and you have to have, you know, millions of subscribers sometimes for that to be an actual livable income. There are fully paid sponsored videos, which everybody loves, where someone's literally just being paid to make a video that's branded. And yes, those have their place, but we have all seen those channels that have one long-term brand partnership and then they stop making other videos. They just only make their video once a month when they have to talk about Audible, you know, in order to fulfill their contract. And that's when people start unsubscribing and losing interest because the person's heart isn't in it anymore. The happy medium to me is affiliate codes. Affiliate codes essentially do not compromise the content of my video. They do not compromise my integrity. They give something back to you, and they help me fund my channel and make this a career. And so I do not ever think that affiliate codes are evil, but I have tried these products. I've thrown away so many Morphe brushes. I've thrown away so much Morphe makeup because it's not good. Nothing that I've used from them is good. And so I just feel from my personal experience of them kind of shilling a product that isn't very good in order to, God, make millions of dollars, you guys. Millions of dollars off of Morphe kind of makes those of us out there trying to survive on affiliate codes, it makes us look bad. It just kind of, it taints the identity of creators who are out here really trying to maintain our integrity and not just bold-face lie for money, because that is the assumption that's made about creators all the time. It's like, if you've got some way of monetizing, you're gonna lie to make money. And there are so many tea videos out there and everything on people like Jaclyn doing that, and I don't really care. I don't really care about her in particular. I don't really care about James Charles in particular or their partnerships with these brands. What I care about is the fact that the products are low quality, they're not worth my money, and I'm just not excited about them. And so no, I will not be owning a Morphe vault or a Jaclyn Hill vault or a Jaclyn Hill palette or any of these viral palettes from Morphe. It is just one big gimmick. So is that enough opinions for you guys for one day? Those are my opinions. I really believe that you vote with your dollar. I know that we all take a lot of pride and seriousness with how we spend our money. Our money is very important. We all worked very hard to earn it, and I am not going to tell you to spend it on something that I think is frivolous and silly and useless. And so, bearing that in mind, understand that even if I got a little carried away with a little bit of negativity, it is all with the best intentions in mind of giving you guys some look into my brain, my insight into how I go about choosing the products that I choose. I do tend to focus on higher end products. That's just how these things tend to shake out. I'm not a snob about that kind of thing. I tend to find that you get what you pay for in a lot of ways, and I hope that you see this from a place of sincerity, that I'm always going to be real with you guys. I'm always going to tell you guys what I think is worth it, what I think isn't worth it, and if one of these things that I have said that I'm not going to buy ever were to blow my mind, I will completely come clean on that as, you know what? I was wrong. I'm happily surprised that I was wrong. I'm always happy to be proven wrong. So if any of those products you guys are like, no, Khaki, you need to try those, let me know. Or if it made you think of anything that's kind of coming out right now that is viral or whatever that you A, think is stupid, let me know. Or B, that you think I must try, let me know. That's where I get so many of my recommendations is from you guys, because you guys have eyes and ears everywhere, and it's so fantastic, and I so appreciate it. So thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so freaking much for hanging out with me today. I love you guys so much. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.